Good win. It's always good to get off the start of the season with a victory, and it came with us making some mistakes. Like I talked all through the preseason that we were going to have some highs and some lows in practices and games and throughout the season. There's going to be some ups and some downs. I thought our team responded. They were very confident. There was a few mistakes early that we got to get corrected. The interception, Will has a little time there, be a little bit more patient, put it on Josh a little better. Yeah, Josh could catch it, so we'll get that cleaned up. No excuse for putting the ball on the ground with fumbles, and really no excuse. We got to get it cleaned up with defensively, keeping that drive alive with penalties. That's aggravating. But again, with that being said, responding the way they came back, the way we finished the game, it didn't feel like that. Is that accurate with
10 yards?
Do they have 63 plays on 87 yards? Yes. It felt a lot more aggravating than that. So, but it's a credit to Coach White and the staff. They really did a good job of preparing for many things, and I really credit Brad. They were well prepared for a lot of things. They knew they could see a lot of different things, and our guys played hard. We got to quit with the penalties. And the same with Liam and the offensive staff. I thought it was nice. We worked on ourselves today, and we needed to just get better, get game reps, get some confidence. I think there's a lot of people that know we have a lot of good potential, but we have to go out there and play. And it was a good start. There's way too many penalties. There are way too many mistakes. We got to get cleaned up. We have a big game next week, but it's a good starting point.
Mark, in some ways, is it a positive that Will had the mistake early and then you saw how he responded to adversity as opposed to just going out there and cruising for an entire opener?
I think so. And I think, none of us want that. We work all year long, and then come out and start down 7-0. And it just pisses you off, but you just regroup. And truly, I have to practice what I preach as well. Go on to the next play. It is what it is. I have a lot of confidence that we would, and he was hyped up, and he throws the ball hard, as you could see today. You could see all that he's been advertised for with his arm strength, and so it was good to go through adversity. And same defensively, like I said, well, not really. That just pisses me off. Yeah.
What did you think of the downfield passing attack? You've seen it in practice, but to see it against somebody else and to see it be that successful.
Obviously, what I've been looking for, and very, very happy about that. And I talked a lot about it in the spring. That we were getting the ball completed down the field. And no, Will wasn't here, but just the offense in general and the receivers gaining some confidence. And we built on that this summer, and it was great to see him throw for, just complete the ball, just the basics, making the routine. We still have a lot of work to do with making the routine look routine. We have some pitch and catches out there that we're fighting a little bit, but we'll continue to get better.
Obviously, Wandale gets a lot of the attention, but Josh, he also responded and had a huge game. I think that most of his career. Just how have you seen him improve and then to get the payday today?
Well, it was really good for both of them to get some touches, and especially Josh. I think coming back for an extra year, having confidence that we were going to get some things corrected and get the ball thrown down the field, and to see him respond like that was really good. I think both he and Wandale had really big days, and could have been a lot more had we went heavy in the second half as well with those guys. But I'm happy for him.
It looked like more often than not there was somebody open every time out there. I mean, not that we'll hit him every time, but there was somebody out there. Was that more to do with you guys, or was some of that their personnel, or a little bit of both?
A little bit of everything. I think schematically we're going to put pressure on people, and it's really good. I think our quarterbacks really know where to go with the ball. For the most part, we're not perfect yet. We're going to strive to be. But they're getting better, and they have a good understanding of things. And Liam called a really good game, and I love it. He gets as aggravated as me when they don't go score. And he gets he gets a little upset if we have to punt, so I like that.
We're talking about cleaning up mistakes and penalties. Is there anything about today you said, that went a little better than I actually thought it would?
Well, again, I think really, I just told the defensive coaches I was really proud of them. I thought they were really in good position, for some creative people. They're always creative offensively. I know it's new and they'll get better as they go. But I felt like the guys were in really good position. It frustrates me when we're not. And then offensively, for the most part, again, with the terminology, getting the plays and communicating, he did a lot of different personnel groups, a lot of different shifts, motions there. You can see there's a lot going on. And for the most part, very clean. And exceptional getting the ball down the field. There's some basics, like I said, with the pitching and catching and some things that we can clean up that will be much better. So I don't know, I've just rambled a little bit. I didn't directly answer your question. I don't want you to put me on the spot there and quote me on what I'm not happy with, because there's a lot. There's a lot to clean up, but there's also a lot of good. It's game one. You're happy to win whatever we did, and know that there's so many things we can improve on.
Mark, how amazing is what J.J. Niebuhr's done to tear an ACL in the second to last game and come back and have 2 sacks in the opener?
I didn't realize he had 2 sacks. Yeah, I was trying to get him out of there, and he talked me into another series, and it's good for him just to kind of build his confidence, and know, because through camp we were protective. He's fully cleared, and but I know from going through that, the more you play and you get more confidence, the stronger your leg gets, and the more reps you get, and so that's good for him. I didn't realize he had the 2 sacks, but I know late in the game, JJ talked himself into getting a few more snaps. I think he just wants to get his legs up underneath him.
Today was an indication of a change of identity for Kentucky football when you threw the ball.
I think that's fair, to say word it however you want. I mean, what I was trying to look like. I was talking about balance. We haven't had balance. Anytime you're one-dimensional any which way, it's not good. Whether you can only throw it or only run it, you got to have balance. Again, I've been a defense coach. You all know that. But from a defensive perspective, the more pressure you put on with personnel groupings and everything that he's doing, it's putting pressure on you. And, I like where we're at. We're getting better. We're improving. I know we improved in the pass game today, right? That's fair to say.
There were a lot of...
From a defensive standpoint, what does it do when you stretch the field like your offense stretched it today? How tough does that make it on the defense?
Well, it definitely makes it difficult, and creating the shots and hit them. For the most part, when we had our shots, if we had the protection, we hit them. And they did a nice job. They covered a few overs and some things, some sails, where we had called, and we got to get a little better protection and hit the check down on some of those, because there's still some yards and some things to get cleaned up. But it's always good to see the ball down the field. As good as as physical as we've been, we've got to capitalize on getting the ball down the field. And you certainly see the arm strength, that's for sure.
You got after him in the pass rush. Was there any, I don't know, secret behind it, but how did you see, how did that happen? How did you all create that? Was it more blitzing, or were guys just getting home?
I thought he did a good job of mixing it up. I got him in some predictable pass situations. That always helps. So when you get ahead and you get predictable pass, now you got an opportunity to get some straight rushes home. Play coverage and get home, and that's where an area of improvement as well that we need to improve. And Brad and the defense coach have worked hard and challenged our guys to be better one-on-one rushers and win some one-on-one rushes, and obviously we did that tonight.
Mark, first time live with Liam on the sidelines. How were the communication issues? Any problems?
No, I mean nothing. Not perfect, but it was very good. Like you would expect, I think. Actually, I was walking down to call the timeout when our center heard something and snapped the ball on the one play that we. I don't know exactly what happened there, whether we had the wrong personnel, whether there was a communication issue there. When I was walking down to call the timeout, Luke snapped it, he heard something, and that we got to get cleaned up. But overall, I was pleased, very pleased with the operation. and the confidence in him, the way he calls plays, and getting the personnel groupings in there, and a little bit more efficient. Whoever asked me the question earlier about, I think, that's good to see. Maybe a little bit of a surprise that it was that clean for game one.
Last few years.
Defensive lineman, young defensive lineman, kind of showed up today. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I think.
Ox and Ryan and people like that.
Yeah, Ox and Josiah and Justin Rogers and all those guys, Khalil Saunders, those guys have really worked hard, and we feel like they're going to be very good players. It's good to get them reps, and we'll need them all year. And they've been working hard. They really have good attitudes, and I like those guys.
The SEC Network said you were going to eat a banana if Will threw for 400. He didn't, but the team did. So you're going to have to pay the piper.
That doesn't seem like then I have to eat the banana. That's why I got him out of there.
Mark, would you talk about the deep ball? How vital will Chris be? Obviously, 100 yards rushing today. How vital will he be going forward in this game?
Oh, you know that has to be a staple. One doesn't work without the other. You have to have the balance and physicality. Chris, you saw some amazing individual efforts by him today, and you saw the line blocking very well at times, and there's things we got to get cleaned up in that area too, but you got to have a physical presence. It was good to work on the pass game today, and blend it with the run game, because again, in this offense you got to have the balance.
What was Will's demeanor when he threw the pick, came up to me?
I didn't even worry about it. I didn't notice anything. I didn't flinch. Honestly, I thought, it's a time live that it was on Josh, but really then you look at the replay, and that's what I noticed. It was definitely had some heat on it, and it was a little behind. And in that situation, it's just some game reps. He needs to be a little more patient. That was a clean picture. We had exactly what we wanted to. We don't need to rush that and drill that so hard. I mean, that was a good play. That should have been a really good play. 10, 12-yard gain or so, and turned into an interception.
Mark, I assume future opponents will try and make you all throw to more than just Josh and Wandale, but how strong is this offense at doing things to get your best playmakers the ball, designing creative ways?
Well, that way it's very efficient. It's very efficient. And we, there's times when, everybody has to step up. You saw, it was great to see Isaiah Epps make a great individual effort play today. Who else that was late in the game that I thought had a nice catch?
Dingle.
Yeah, Dingle. That was a really nice catch by him, and Bo hanging in the pocket and taking one on the chin and delivered a nice pass. So, there's, you always need, it's a team effort.
You kind of envision this as being able to spread it around to a lot of guys. Recent years, you've really leaned on like one guy to carry the load. It looks like this team will have several.
Yeah, I definitely felt like I wanted to, work on that today. And as we got ahead, and instead of going into the mode of 4-minute offense like we used to, I just, truthfully, just really wanted to get better. And so just spreading them out and working on some of that, was just good reps for us today.
Red zone efficiency was a bugaboo last year. You were 5 for 5 today. How do you feel about that?
Well, always, critical situations like that, red zone and third down and all that. I really got to go back and watch the film. But, overall, again, I'm pleased. I thought we did a lot of good things. Got to get it cleaned up. When we stumbled, a lot of that was on us. And as we move forward, it'll be much more challenging.
Having a guy like Wandale who can put 6 on the board from any spot on the field, how much pressure does that put on the opposing defense?
Yeah, it puts a lot of pressure. You could thank me for that one, because we were about 7 plays in, and I said, get Wandale a touch, and then it was a touchdown. So I'm 1 for 1.
What do you, John? What do you attribute some of the pass protection issues, especially there toward the end of the first half?
Pardon me?
Some of they got through. What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, well, we, like all things in this game, I mean, we got to go back and look at it and see where it came from. Even on some run games, there was some penetration there that cut off some runs, some big plays. So, got to go look at it. I don't know exactly who gave up, the pressures. I know late in the game, one of our backups who did, but I don't need to throw him under the bus right now.
Okay, folks, thank you.